All right. So, yeah, how you doing? So, if you're watching this, I guess you've got tinnitus, or you've got a friend or relative or somebody who's got tinnitus. But I'm presuming that you have tinnitus yourself. And I want to talk about something that's really important. And so I'm just going to go straight into it. I mean, do you ever find that your tinnitus really interferes with your life? It really annoys you? I mean, I was looking at some forums on Facebook the other day, and some of the real time expressions about how tinnitus is really affecting people quite honestly are tragic. You know, you get people saying, I can't sleep, I can't concentrate, I don't want to be alive, this is horrible, make it stop. There's a real sense of desperation. And I know what that desperation felt like. I was diagnosed with tinnitus 3 years ago. I remember after 7 days, I'd had enough. I was like, okay, I want this to go now. I'd always been a bit of a raver and always gone to like loud concerts and things like that. And so I'd had ringing in the ears before I understood it. But what I realized after about 5 or 6 or 7 days, that slow, horrible realization that it wasn't going to go away. So after 7 days, I still hadn't really had much sleep. After 2 weeks, I wasn't sleeping, but I was stressed. And 3 weeks, because of a combination of tinnitus, fear, anxiety, I developed anxiety disorders. Within 4 weeks, I was put on antidepressants. I had a reaction to the antidepressants. I took the antidepressant, put it in my mouth. It foamed up. I had a head injury, which is how I got my tinnitus in the first place. It banged my head on a car door really badly, and got this massive bump that came up. Actually, I think it was on this side. No, I can't remember. No, it's on this side because I still got the. Yeah, I can feel it here. It's like when I get stressed, it comes up. But anyway, so I had this massive tennis ball, and then like ringing in the ears from the concert and stuff, and it all just came at the same time. Long story short, I got 3 types of tinnitus. That's 3 fingers. 3 types of tinnitus. You might know them as pulsatile tinnitus. It's like you can hear your breathing and you can hear your blood pumping. It's like that one. The hissing tinnitus, which is just like the tss, and that was in this ear. And then a really weird one was like an echoey sort of tinnitus in this ear. So I have 3 tinnitus noises going on. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't really eat. I was having a lot of reactions to food. I dropped all of my hobbies. I dropped all of the stuff that I was interested in. I became a complete recluse. I had to leave my job. I left my home. I left my relationship. And I ended up coming back and living with my father, much against my pride. You know, my pride. I didn't want to go home and didn't want to admit that I'd screwed things up when I was in a bad situation. But I was in a bad situation, and my dad looked after me for a couple of weeks. And you know, he very, very generously offered that I could come and live at home, have some company to get through this problem. And I suppose I always thought to myself I would probably get a job within a couple of weeks. Couple of months went past. We started hitting some problems with panic attacks. 6 months went past. A year went past. Long story short, 1.5 years I was off work. And that's its own story, really. There were, you know, I had very, very bad anxiety, and I couldn't walk into a room, couldn't spend any time with people, didn't want to share anything with people. Hid from my family, switched my mobile off. Actually had a phobia of my mobile, which is a bit weird. Yeah, so I mean, just completely closed down. I really, you know, just lost interest in life. And so if you're in a similar situation where you just feel like you've lost interest in life, and it's a mundane, drag, boring, horrible struggle to get out of bed, struggle to get into bed because you can't sleep in bed, then this is really going to interest you. I guess I guess I really felt like I needed to do something about tinnitus, because if I didn't do something about tinnitus, then I was going to do something a bit crazy. Um, like I had suicidal thoughts. I was fighting a lot. I was running away from conflict and relationships, and um, drinking, just taking like Nurofen and stuff to get through the day, just to bring my nerves down and to level out my stress and just to numb me a little bit, so that I could deal with what was going on. I had a really, really short fuse, because already I was like stressed from the tinnitus, and then if somebody annoyed me, that would just be that, boom, I'm off like a firework. So it wasn't a brilliant person to be around. I spent a lot of time watching TV and just spending time on my own, which I didn't really enjoy that much because of the noise. I used to do a lot of yoga and Tai Chi and stuff like that, and I just completely gave that up because the quietness drove me crazy. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, the consequences of this, if you don't let go of your tinnitus, which is a phrase that I'm going to use today, then the likelihood is that you're going to get more tired and more stressed, more depressed, and just stuck in that negative loop that I know, also oh so well. And the thing is, when you get stuck in that negative loop, that can just carry on for ages and ages. And in my case, it was like a year and a half. I was just stuck, couldn't work. I was annoyed, pissed off, angry, confused, upset, fearful, and that just like created more of a problem in my life. And then I had to fix those problems, and I couldn't fix those problems. I'd run away, and it was just a car crash of a life, really. No pun intended, but I suppose, yeah, it was something to do with the car, so it really was a car crash. So you get stuck in the same loop, and feel like there's no way out. There's utter despair. And it's weird because you want help and you want to reach out and you want to communicate and just tell people how bad it is. But on the other hand, I think particularly if you're a guy, there's a sense of pride that you don't want to admit that you've really screwed up and that it's really bad, and you can't handle it. And so what it does is it internalizes all the pain, and once the pain is internalized, you start to experience like really intense levels of fear and depression and upset. And that has a real knock-on effect with your career, with your relationships, and just your ability to relax, ability to be calm and to enjoy life and to have an overall experience of happiness. And I suppose if, ultimately what it means is that you'll spend like more time in a low mood. And the more time you spend in a low mood, the more you get used to it, and the less rosy life seems. So some of the coping mechanisms, I've already talked about those. You might have tried medication, you might have tried therapy, you might have tried drinking, might have tried all sorts of addictions, sex addiction, video game addiction, internet addiction, anything just to distract you and take your mind off what's really going on and what situation is perceived as pretty hopeless. And all that just adds to like sort of depleting the adrenals, like it's just this always on guard, always on alert sort of stress eventually will take its toll on your body. You get back pain, you get neck pain, headaches, stress, sickness, gut rot, all sorts of things, because your body doesn't react well to being in that state of high alert and stress and anxiety all the time. And yeah, I mean, it's really ultimately about heading for a burnout or, even in my case, a total collapse, where you just can't cope. Yeah, and that's really tiring. It's really tiring. Not only is it difficult to sleep, but then with all these added pressures on, and also searching for a cure, endlessly searching for a cure, and waking up and going, Is it gone? Is it gone? Is it gone? Oh no, it's still there. You know, all that sort of thing just really takes its toll on your soul and on your spirit. You know, it really just drags your spirit down. Yeah, so I've been where you are, and let's just say I don't spend very much time there anymore. I do have a tiny little bit of tinnitus, and I'm not saying that this is a cure. However, what I am saying is that I do have a cure for the underlying condition of anxiety, the underlying condition of stress, the thinking that goes on in your head. I definitely have something that's going to be really, really helpful for you. It's been really helpful for me. It's the golden nugget. It's the magic pill that isn't a pill, that has just transformed my life completely. It's the thing that I can still have a thought about, I'm scared, or I'm upset, or I'm angry, but it doesn't take over me. I'm not like holding on to the thought and keeping it as a drama in my life that is just ruining my life. And that's the difference. Before, it was ruining my life and I was just always focusing on that. And now my life has opened up, and my mind has opened up, and my consciousness has opened up, and my understanding of human beings, my understanding of how my mind works and how life works. And that's what this program is designed for you guys. It's specifically designed so you can start to open up. If tinnitus is about you close down and you go insular, then this is about opening back up to the experience of life, even to the experience of tinnitus. Because let's face it, you're going to have an experience of tinnitus, but you can perceive it in a way that is going to really upset you and stress you out, or you can perceive it in a way that is going to allow you to gradually let go of the power that tinnitus has over you. And that is the best gift that you can give yourself this year. I am going to be running this workshop on January the 12th, on Monday. So you've got to act fast. I just want 4 to 6 people. As soon as that's filled out, I'm not doing it anymore. It's going to be an online, what's the word? Program. Listen, the idea is, this is my home, okay? And I'm going to set up a camera over there. I want to set up a flip chart, and it's going to be like you're one-to-one with me in the room with a couple of other people, and you're going to be sharing insights and getting an understanding of where I'm coming from. There isn't going to be techniques to do. It's going to be fun. It's going to be transformational, and it's going to give you the tools that you need, like, so that you can effortlessly deal with your tinnitus, right? And everything else. So your relationships will improve, your career will improve, your money earning power will improve, your hope, your boldness and your genius and your power and your magic will start to shine in that day. And it's my intention through this workshop, spending a day with you. We're going to start at 9 and we're going to go right away through till 5. It's going to be just like this in the Google Hangout. So you're going to have a camera, and you're going to be on the screen, and you're going to be able to talk one-to-one with me and discuss the insights of the learning that I'm teaching you. We're going to be doing some exercises that are just amazing. It will just really deepen your understanding of how your mind works. And then, rather than being controlled by the stress and controlled by the anxiety and controlled by this underlying need to find a cure, you're just going to be able to let that go, and you're going to be able to have like a bit of peace in your life. In fact, a friend of mine said the other day, because I said to her, what is the difference between how I was when I didn't have this understanding and how I am now? And she said a very interesting thing. She said, it's like you have an extra moment. It's like you have an extra second. So that extra second allows you to tap into your wisdom, allows your common sense to come to the fore and to deal with situations in a really empowering way, in a way that we're not in reaction anymore. I'm not in reaction. I'm not reacting to this. You know, if I'm getting angry with someone, or frustrated, or anxiety, or I'm thinking, oh, my tinnitus is driving me crazy, or whatever, it's gone louder, or I've, you know, because the thing is, I work in the theatre industry. I'm an actor, part-time actor. All right, I'm not a professional. I've got a movie credit to my name. Dark Reflection. I'm on IMDb, just in case you want to check it out. It's my first movie. But yeah, I do like local amateur dramatics. I work in the theatre, and I do AV, and I work in IT as well. So I'm often around, you know, audio visual stuff, about sound gigs. I like gigs, you know. I like all that stuff. I like presentations and videos and sound and camera, and I love music. And yeah, it's really difficult because at first, when I first got tinnitus, and actually for years and years after that, I just couldn't listen to music. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't follow my passions. I couldn't enjoy my life. And the thing is, now I do. But that doesn't mean that if I go to a concert, I'm going to, you know, even if I didn't have tinnitus, I would still have ringing in the ears. So occasionally what will happen, and you might find this in your life, that you might get spikes. And what happens when you get a spike of tinnitus, you know, well, what I can see in the forums is people just lose it completely. You know, it's just like, oh my God, it's so overwhelming. But a spike in tinnitus, if you know that your thinking is just going to calm down, and that you're going to come to a place where common sense is okay, and you can see things clearly in a much nicer perspective, then that is really, really comforting. And that means that the spikes are just going to go whoop, and then you're going to deal with it. Common sense. You might want to change your food, you might want to change your diet, you want to do some exercise, whatever it is, it will just pop into your head. I am not going to give you a prescription and a formula of how to get rid of your tinnitus. I'm not going to say to you, right, you need to go for a run every day, 20 minutes. I'm not in that business. I'm in the business of empowering you, so your wisdom and your common sense allows you to tap into the answers. And it's so easy. It's so easy. I mean, like when I first started learning this understanding, the 3 principles, you know, I was all over the place. I couldn't relax. I couldn't communicate with people. I couldn't go out. I was a mess. It was an absolute mess. And then from the understanding, it's just like my shoulders relaxed, and I just relaxed into life. And as I relaxed into life, I just saw suddenly opportunity, suddenly potential just opened up. I suddenly saw like that it was possible to be an actor. I saw that it was possible to listen to music still. I saw that it was possible to sleep. I saw that so many things that I didn't have to do anything about it. You know, it's like the bad behaviors will just fall away. And when I say the bad behaviors, you know, those behaviors that just increase the tinnitus or increase the stress in your life, they just fall away. They just fall away. And I can't explain it because it is magic, it is power. We've all got it within us, but sometimes you need to be reminded. And I think what tinnitus is about, you've been shocked into a state of high alertness. You've been shocked into a state of anxiety. And shock is just like a freezing motion. Yeah, like in the animal kingdom, when the animals are being stalked, you know, they just freeze, don't they? Like that, you know. And it's just, that's what it feels like. It feels like your life is on hold, right? Your life is frozen and you're not going anywhere. And what this workshop is designed to do is to allow you to start going places in your life again. It's to allow you to create the life that you wanted before and you were on the way to getting. To have that relationship, to have that career, it's not out of reach. It's just one thought away. And I can teach you in a day. I can give you such a gift, and you can give yourself such a gift. So if that resonates with you, I'd love to see you on that workshop. January the 12th. Get ready, 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock. It's going to blow your mind. You're going to love it. It's going to be a great day. It's going to be amazing. And you'll get the recordings because we're going to record it. And the reason I'm going to offer it at such a low price is because I charge about £1,000 a day. Well, I've charged $997 for a day's consultancy. Okay, 1-to-1 days consultancy with state of mind, you know, performance, that sort of thing. And what you do is you get a day with me for just $97. Okay, and you still get the one-to-one interaction, but you also get the group interaction. What I've noticed with my group coachings is that that is very, very powerful. It's extremely powerful to have a group, and then that group can become a support group later on. And I don't mean a support group in where you moan to them and you say, "Oh God, life's so terrible." It's going upwards. It's on the upwards curve. It's starting to expand and getting your hero partners to come along with you on the journey. And that's what really motivated me to do this workshop and to coach people, is because what I really love is transformation. I love to see people in it, you know, no offense, in a mess, being transformed and then creating what they love in their life, and then coming back to me and saying, "Do you know what, Trev? I can't believe how easy it's been. And now I'm doing this, and now I'm doing that, and it's just falling away. And I'm so happy." Yeah, life gets in the way occasionally, but most of the time, you know, I'm. It's not like you're in control, but you're not out of control, and you're not at the mercy of life. You know, it's more like you're now creating in life. So you just click on the PayPal link, go through. It's $97, January the 12th, 9 o'clock. I'll send you all the details that you need. And yeah, it's not going to be technically perfect. There might be little breaks, you know, like, because it's run online, so it's on the internet. That's another reason for the value price, is that, you know, there might be a few glitches in it and a few gremlins and what have you. But I have got quite a fast internet connection. It should be fine, to be honest. But we're gonna record it. So this isn't like about coming and having a deeper, meaningful one-to-one with me. I am not going to focus on your problems and your issues. We're gonna just, like, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to say, what would you like less of in your life, and what would you like more of in your life? And then we're going to focus for the major part is just getting to that state where you truly believe that you can have more of what you want in your life. All right. So I look forward to seeing you on the workshop. It's going to be great. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Take care. All the best. I'll see you soon.